How does a fish find anything in a bush? Might be best if I just don't question it. Now, unfortunately, like, did not mean to do that. Like how it should be, I believe this is still a one-way road. Yep. So once you jump down here, there's no turning back. Although we can very easily get back to Mount Moon later. Do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da. So the bike shop has a different purpose now. Home of the bike maniac. Well, at least he has a hobby. My bike collection is impressive, isn't it? I won't let you ride or buy one, but feel free to have a look. Are you curious about those acro bikes? Sure. It's by far the wildest bike and very different from other bikes. That is the acro bike. I don't have time to read that. I think this is the mock bike then. You must be a nerd. I feel called out. And randomly it has a bunch of shoes here. I mean, you would be. You are a fish. Does it just say two things? Nah, take your snooze. There it is. I think that's the hint about changing the hairstyles of your partner. Also, it's hilarious to just have a fish flopping around the entire time. Garp. Ah, so they changed him from Pokemaniac to Pokemon Fanatic, huh? I see. Okay, this sounds like a bad deal. It isn't. You're getting an Alolan Rattata. The one time you are guaranteed to get a Dark-type Pokemon. Too bad I don't like this Pokemon. Too bad I'm not a fan of Alolan Raticate. Alright, so... both partner Pokemon have very exclusive moves. Also, these are some of the dumbest names ever, and you're going to laugh at the next set. But... Bouncy Bubble, Buzzy Buzz, and Sizzly Slide. This is because the partner Eevee can't evolve. And, I'm teaching it the electric moves, so I have a plan. I at least have a plan B against Misty. Yes, that is correct. It gets a type move for every single evolution that it has up to Sylveon. Now, some of them have the dumbest names and they all have special effects. I think, if I recall correctly, the electric move is actually kind of broken. This also leaves the target with paralysis. So base 90 power and guaranteed paralysis. Yeah, that is brutal. Yeah, the water type move is a drain move. I think the fire move is either priority or gives a guaranteed burn. Yeah, that's what I thought, priority. Okay, the only downside is the Pikachu are kinda weak. Well, both the Psychic and the Dark-type moves are OP. Because they leave screens. Gym requirements. I'm happy this mechanic is dead. Also, there is a reference here. All of the gym trainers are all female swimmers. And this one's name is Lily. They are actually Misty's sisters, Daisy, Lily, and Violet, from the anime. I absolutely love that reference. Oh yeah, I got the super move from Eevee. No big deal, just an Omni boost. I don't think any of them were mentioned in the games. Which is kind of a shame, but hey, at least they remember them for this game. Well, yeah, every gym has their junior trainers, but I think that in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I should say, because Red, Blue, and Yellow they had no names. They were just trainer class, and that was all they were. And there's Violet. Okay, shoulder. High physical defense, bad special defense, though. And that is problematic. I wouldn't really say dumb names, they just have very silly names. All the moves exclusive to the partner, Eevee. Huh. I realize that the background stained glass has Krabby, Squirtle, and Starmie on it, as well as Dugong, Tentacle, and Goldeen. Nice touch. Now, one thing too is all the gym trainers. Yep. The only Pokemon that I think is not depicted is one that she actually uses, at least in this game, and it's another nod to the anime. You know, using salt water for a pool actually makes perfect sense if you think about it. Because, A, easier to get and maintain, and B, you know, honestly, you do know what chlorine is, right? I also love the nod here that one of the sisters has Seal. And then Staryu is also part of the pains, which, as I mentioned, I do like what they do with it. Visually, this game is very nice. They only made like a... See, the only issue I really had with the game, there's three issues. One of which is the gym requirements. Why? The second one is the leveling. They really nerfed a lot of trainers. I don't really like that much. And then the third thing, yeah, relying heavily on the capture mechanic isn't the greatest thing to do, but, you know. Also, I like the fact that there are audiences in these gyms. It makes it the world feel more lived in.
Hi, you're a new face. What's your policy on Pokemon? What's your approach? My policy for battle is an all-out offensive with Water-type Pokemon. Misty, the world-famous beauty, is your host. My sweet Pokemon are ready. Are you?
And there's Psyduck! Can't forget Psyduck when it comes to Misty in the anime. One thing I always enjoy too is how derpy her Psyduck is. But, you know, you have to have some comic relief somewhere, right? Unfortunately, these two are my only options. Well, the thing about Brock is that it was funny, but it got old after a while. By just using the same joke over and over. Hey look, it was me in the last game.
Why would you do that?
You just literally threw the battle. Oh well, whatever.
Wow, you're too much. Alright, you can have a Cascade badge to show that you beat me. A Cascade badge makes Pokemon for up to level 30 from other trainers listen to you. And you can also have my favorite TM, which is Scald in this game.
See, the thing with Brock being more comic relief, it made it funny. It was funnier when Misty started dragging him away. Because she would always have a one-liner. to go along with dragging him away. Alright, I believe I can get a free Bulbasaur from here if I want to. Yeah. Right. That's what it was. $15.21. Let's see here. 24. Looks like I'm 6 short. I think I need a lot to get the next party member too, if I recall correctly. Oh well. I do some grinding around here then. That guy just tells you about what every gym badge does. He's not super helpful. But I'll take an extra rare candy. How do you get that to fit in here? I mean, yes, but how does that Onyx fit in here normally? Also, the cops are actually Officer Jenny, which, again, makes sense. Sure. Sure. Rattata won't even get past you, huh?
Yeah. Jay, you're not gonna believe this. A Pokemon, it.
He runs at your hysterics and then challenges you to a battle. That's not how this works. Are we battling him to calm him down? Also, the fact that my Bellsprout knows Rap. For those who know, remember how broken Rap was in Gen 1? One of the best users of it, by far, was Dragonite, because it was one of the fastest users of it. So no matter what, you would just sit there and trap your opponent. The only way to stop it is if you use the Ghost type. That was it. Because as I mentioned, since Dragonite's the fastest user of Rap, you're not going to win a speed battle with it. The only Pokemon that would, I believe, are like Persian or Scyther or something like that, but those are risky. I always theorize, though, when it comes to certain Pokemon like Onix, they made the roof of their houses higher. because they out of necessity. One thing I do, and I mentioned this earlier, one thing I do like about this game is the fact that all the Pokemon are drawn to scale. And they drew them to scale during a Gen 7, this is a Gen 7 game, during a Gen 7 game, one of the first games on Switch, and they couldn't do it for BDSP. Come on. Seriously? You mean to tell me that you could not draw the Pokemon to scale and bring a Diamond Shining Pearl? Even if you had to chipify them, they at least, certain Pokemon still tower over the NPCs and the player character. Ladies and gentlemen, the only Bug-type move that was in Gen 1 on a Bug-type Pokemon. True. Because the actual Pokemon Company worked on Legends Arceus, and look how awesome that game was. This is why I will never trust Ilka with Pokemon ever again. If they're like, hey, we're going to do another remake, is Ilka doing it? Yes, then I'm not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Worst. Alright, at least I knocked it out. Opponents spare me double team and sand attack. There were some good ideas. I will say that. There were a lot of really good ideas. Well, the really good ideas were Romanus Park and what they did to the Underground. The Underground was fantastic. And not in BDSP. They used a lot of assets that they used in Sword and Shield, and it shows, because that follow aspect wasn't that good either. Okay, I feel a bit calmer now. Deep breaths. Okay, let me try that again. Sorry, it's not like me to lose my cool like that. There's a house up ahead where this famous Pokemon fanatic is supposed to live. I wanted to stop by because I thought maybe I'd get to see some rare Pokemon or something. But what I found, and don't freak out when you hear this, that Pokemon fanatic Bill wasn't there. Instead, there was a Pokemon that talked! Eesh, just thinking about gives me the creeps. Don't go in there, Jay. Yeah, one thing, the Pokemon follow mechanics, they haven't been good since this game. And I can actually say that unironically. Because in this case, yeah, a flopping fish doesn't make any sense, but it would be faster than you. Also, when I get Snorlax, yes, I am going to have it follow me because I love its follow mechanic. It's actually adorable and it's a reference. Nugget Bridge. Yeah, I can see why. No, it wasn't. It was based on the species. Because they use the same mechanic as they did in Sword and Shield. That follow mechanic. Although it is funny to see Pokemon like, you have the God of Destruction behind you, Giratina. It says it's timidly hiding behind you. Actually, when I see something somewhat terrifying, I'm gonna have a giant bee following me around. Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the reason why the Pokemon world would be interesting to live in, but it would also be horrifying. Because you have giant killer sea serpents, giant killer bees. Yeah, so am I. Also, the fact that another fact that the humans are metahuman in Pokemon. The fact that they can be stung by a Beedrill and still live. It's like, Jesse's like, ever been stung by one? It hurts. I'm like, yeah, probably feels like one of those, getting stung by a cicada killer or or one of the murder hornets. Which, Lord help you if you do. Especially those that are allergic. Something's telling me I was supposed to go up here earlier. Instead of just straight up fighting Misty. Okay, I'll make it somewhat better. I have a butterfly following me around. Nope, that's another game entirely. Did anyone ever hear the rumor that the person that she was with? No, that was Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Did anyone ever hear the theory about that boy that he was with, that she was with during that date? A lot of people were... Yeah. A lot of people believe that it was... that the person there was actually Red, but he was in disguise, so he just looked like a generic person. Because, he doesn't want to be found. Why am I even teaching a sleep powder? It really serves no purpose in this game. It's just an annoyance factor. I love how I keep zooming in. Okay, one thing I definitely will need, because I know how this game is I will eventually need a psychic type. I didn't want it to come to that, and storyline-wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense for my character, but... I may be able to actually get an Alakazam into this game. Well, scratch that. I can get an Alakazam into this game. Eventually. But I may go a different direction and have it in spirit.
And that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.